Hello there, I'm Jake. You join me mid-Solent as I travel between the Isle of Wight and the Big Island. I'm on a car ferry, so no rubber dinghy for me today. So why am I travelling to the mainland? Well, there's two reasons, and one of them is bus related. So tag along with me today and you'll find out more.
The part of the mainland I was heading to was Kent, and to be exact, the Isle of Thanet, which is in the eastern coast of Kent and is probably about as far as you can go before you fall off the end of the country and end up either in the English Channel or the North Sea. Once I was there, I would meet up with Paul. Right, so this is where we've come to. This is me bus brother Paul again.
Hello.
Hello. And we've come to this fairly innocuous looking warehouse behind us, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
Could house anything, really, couldn't
Could
it?
house anything, but actually is. We've come to pay respects. That's not the right word, is it? Say hello. That's
Say hello. And
say hello
give the girl a bit
to
of a bath.
WKO137S. Give her a bit of a wipe down and just check she's all right, haven't we? Yeah, yeah.
Well, we know she runs good because every time I come up here with the batteries on the button.
On the button. Yeah, that's what we
nice.
want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to get cracking. WKO137S was new in 1978 to Maidstone and District. She spent time working out of Luton Garage, which is a suburb of Chatham, Sheerness, which is in the Isle of Sheppey, and Gillingham, which again is in Medway, so she's lucky to be in one piece. For many years she's done us proud and has attended many shows across the southeast, from the Thanet Vintage Bus Running Day through to the New Romney Bus and Taxi Rally. She was also a regular at the various steam and country fairs that are held around the county too. And we'd turn up on the Friday night, camp 2 nights in 137 and disappear on the Sunday afternoon. She was indeed a very hard-working member of the collection. She was given a bit of a makeover about 5 years ago, where she gained a more original front panel, and her fixed window that you can see now was replaced by another opening vent. Since I moved to the Isle of Wight though in 2022, things have been a little bit quieter for 137, and I wanted her to go somewhere where she'd be safe and permanently undercover. It's also nice to have her on public display so people can see her, isn't it? Let's have a little look at 137 because I've not seen her for about 2 years. Would you believe it? My bus. Last time I saw her, we brought her up here, and this is what we've come today. Look at the state, look. We brought her here in some absolutely horrendous weather. Now, something I've omitted to say is that where she's kept is the 1-1 collection in Margate, and they're having an open weekend this weekend. So she's in very esteemed company, as you can see. But anyway, Jake, you're getting distracted. And you're only here for the buses, aren't you? Let's be honest. So we're going to give her a bit of a wipe over. She's a bit cobwebby as well. Now, she's been in here for about 3 years. I think she came over here the first year that we moved back to the Isle of Wight. So there we go. She's going to be on display here eventually, up on the main mezzanine floor. Now, if you look through there, you can see a Mark 1 carriage, a maroon and cream one, which is the dining car. That's the mezzanine floor right up there, and eventually 137 will go up there. Right, let's have a little look. So there's the cab. Oh, we've done many happy miles in this, really have. And there's the seats. It's a lower saloon. And then we go upstairs and have a little look upstairs. Now this, I can't remember where I stole this from. It was on one of my old buses. It was on another bus I inherited. I've got a feeling it could have been a Chesterfield Transport Fleet Line or something like that from Eastern Ways. And I stole it, I nicked it, I peeled it off because the bus was going for scrap. So I'm sure that came off of a Chesterfield Fleet Line. I could be wrong, but yes. I thought it would go quite nicely on this one, but maybe it's time for it to go onto another bus, who knows. And there we are. So this is Maidstone and District 5137. Look at those cobwebs, look. This is what happens when you turn your back on a preserved bus for a little while. but she's safe. She's undercover. She might be a little bit dusty, but trust me, I still love her very much. Melissa and myself moved 5137 into the 11 collection on the 12th of January 2024, so it seems a little bit longer than it actually is. And as I mentioned, the weather was absolutely atrocious that day. And despite having a museum finish, she did end up covered in road grime. She is regularly moved though, because Paul has to pop over every so often when they have a delivery of new rolling stock and move her out of the way, as she's sat currently in a loading bay. go. She lives, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
So there's only one little issue that we've discovered, and it's a typical Bristol VR issue, isn't it, Paul?
Not stopping on the button.
Not stopping on the button. So on the Bristol VRs, the stop button is that one there.
There is a clicking sound.
Yes.
But not just the battery.
And it's operated by electrical wire, and it's a solenoid. So the solenoid should move this little gadget over here like that, which stops the engine. But it's not at the moment, which isn't too much of a problem because you can just go around here and stop it manually, which is what we did. And there we go, we're on the hunt for some water. We've got a bucket, got some washy stuff, and then we're climbing over railway lines. This is going to be an absolutely amazing place when it's open. It really will. You're going to have to come and give this a visit when it's open, because it is absolutely amazing. Only half full here at the moment too. A little bit of scrubbing and she came up looking as nearly good as new. Underneath that road grime, she was actually green. Who knew? And it's always nice to have a nice clean vehicle, isn't it? Especially when she's going to be on public display. Although some of the crew at the 1-1 collection did joke that she did look authentic with the grime on the side. Well, that's a little bit better. It's just a quick cat slick for now. But it's got the dust off. Right, let's get it started. So, master switch. Bingo board lights up, which is always good. And there we go. There we go. And you'll see the lights on the bingo board go off. That shows the batteries are getting a charge. I think I might have missed a few bits with the soap, but it was just a quick wash. Wait for the air pressure to build up. Do you remember these old Wayfarer ticket machines? The module will go in there. Great big modules they were. Losing a little bit of air, nothing to worry about. This is a full height one as well. It's still got the original Maidstone and District number in there, and of course there's a little thing I've put up there as well. And then underneath that is the original Maidstone and District number. I'll shut the flap up there. And up there, I don't know if you can just about see upstairs in the periscope. It's a bit dirty, isn't it? Right, what we do, drop her into first gear, or second gear I should say. There we go. And that is that. The long-term plan is to replace WKO137S with something a little bit more local, TFN 980T, the only roofed Willowbrook Bristol VR left in existence. 980 is going through a little bit of a facelift at the moment and will emerge with an Invicta Radio Unibus advert. And she did operate for a while from the nearby Thanet bus garage. Now 5137 has potentially visited Margate before, as members of this batch were used on the C bus service, where buses would run down from the Medway towns to destinations like Margate. So she's kind of local, but obviously not as local as being based just round the corner. Now, an interesting little factoid about WKO137S and TFN 980T, that is, despite WKO being a Maidstone and District bus and TFN being an East Kent bus, they were originally ordered by the opposite company. The Willowbrook-bodied Bristol VRs were originally destined for Maidstone and District, while the Eastern Coachworks high-build ones were destined for East Kent. But somewhere in the annals of history, the orders were swapped around.
So it was a short but sweet one, wasn't it?
Very short. Shortest journey you've done on the bus.
I think it was. Yeah, it's
Just a turnaround.
shortest drive of a Bristol VR in like 2 years, I think, isn't it? So yeah, that's it. That's job done. So she's now facing inwards for the open day or the open weekend, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she gets started and run regularly, doesn't she? Because you come up and fire up and move her around and everything.
Yeah, sometimes I have to put it in a different bay if they've got another wedding coming in or something like that. But I'll probably pop up in a couple of weeks to put it back as it was, tucked up out of the way, until such time something else comes in.
Till she has to be moved again. So yes, until hopefully she'll get put in a display spot before too long.
Yeah, it'd be good, yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Paul, and
See you later.
see you all later. Bye for now. So I did say that there were 2 reasons why I'm coming across to the big island today, and you've seen one of them, which was 5137 and Paul, and the second one is more important because we've got great nieces coming to stay for the weekend.
Yay.
We've got Holly, we've got Caitlin, and we've got Skylar.
Hello.
And Caitlin's been on my channel before driving a bus. Skylar wants to be a YouTuber when you get older, don't you?
Yeah.
So yes, so I will be maybe giving her a few tips. What do you think?
What about me?
And what about you? Do you want to be a YouTuber too?
No, I want to be a squibbly toilet.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Bye.